The Ring Fanatics podcast, episode number 110. I am Nick, your host. With me, as always, is my co-host Joel.
Yo.
Today, before we even get to the topic, as always, subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't done so already, and all of our
Show
social
some
medias:
love.
Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, literally anywhere we could be found, including our audio streaming platforms that these podcasts are streaming on. Before as you can tell by the title of the podcasts, today, today, or was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday broke the news of interesting place, location that WWE is going to be doing their pay-per-view. It's going to be in Puerto Rico for Backlash.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Pretty dope.
What are your thoughts on that? That was cool, but random. What are your thoughts on that?
Cool. I've heard of like rumblings on the internet that they were trying to do a show in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were gonna get a big pay-per-view.
Like what?
I thought they were gonna give them like a SummerSlam or like a next year Money in the Bank or something like that.
Yeah.
And we got WrestleMania Backlash, which I'm not mad at. We're at least having a show there. That's cool. You know what I mean? Like they haven't been there since 2005.
Yeah.
The New Year's Revolution, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
It's been almost 20 years.
Yeah, bud. Yeah. It's been a while, so it's kind of dope that they're going back there. I think it's going to be awesome. Of course, they had to put Bad Bunny's name on it so that I don't think they really need help selling tickets over there, but I guess it's help sell it out quicker. And you want to be able to say, yo, we're doing a show in Puerto Rico and it's sold out in like half an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it sounds cooler than we're doing a pay-per-view and we sold out the day before.
Yeah, and I feel like it makes sense to have Bad Bunny host it anyways.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? 100%. I feel like you can't not do that, especially since he's been doing stuff within the past year and a half.
Yeah.
With them. So I think that would also be a missed out opportunity. And I'm glad it's cool. I'm interested in seeing it because it's something that, we've obviously seen in, Canada, UK, Saudi shows recently. So they've done outside of the US a lot lately.
Yeah.
But Puerto Rico, it's something that they haven't done in a while. It's not like they do shows there anyways.
Yeah. They'll do like a live show here and there, but never like televised.
Exactly. So it's cool. I want to see how the crowd reacts to it because to me, I'm a huge fan of how the audience reacts to the wrestling. I'm a big fan of the UK and Canada. We've seen those obviously, and we've seen how loud they can get.
That's right.
Now it's in a different region a different region, South America. It would be cool to see how they react to it.
Still the US, but I feel you.
Yeah, but close. It's geographically, it's there, but it's.
They haven't.
I want to see how they react to
island, it. I don't think the last one was Puerto Rico, like between like the islands and stuff. I know they do Mexico a lot, stuff like that, but I don't think they've done like island. So that's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be a dope show. Of course, like we talked about, Bad Bunny's gonna be there. Of course, you got it. Like you said, you gotta have him, especially after everything that you've done with him. Now, does he have a match there?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Him for Backlash?
I wouldn't be surprised if they gave him a match. because I wouldn't be mad at it either. Because if they're, I don't know what they mean by hosting. They could probably just like, what can he do? Probably do a performance or something before in the beginning or during the middle of it.
The Miz is also hosting WrestleMania.
Yeah, but like, he's not.
So
I don't think he's wrestling.
A couple hosts happening.
Yeah.
In the next couple months.
Yeah, so like if they decide to give him a match, like, hey, you're gonna go up against like this person, probably to start the show if you want to.
Yeah.
Maybe you just like appear here and there, perform, and see how it goes. But I don't know if there's something. I don't want to say like big happening, but like something important must happen if they're doing a big show there. You know what I mean? Like, because if they're you said before that they can, it would have made sense if they'd given it to like a Money in the Bank, SummerSlam type of thing.
Like the way that I forgot what press conference it was that Triple H talked about having a show at Puerto Rico, like in Puerto
Yeah.
Rico, but like the way he talked about it, I was like, ooh, they're gonna get something big.
Yeah.
They might get a SummerSlam. They might get a Survivor Series. You know what I mean? Like it would be dope. And then they got Backlash, which
Yeah.
I'm not mad at. They still got a show. That's how I look at it. They still got a show, and maybe they'll actually treat Backlash like a good pay per view.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, Backlash is like you know what I mean? Like the last WrestleMania Backlash. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
WrestleMania
But I think
Backlash.
they
It's just a
removed the
bunch of
WrestleMania.
rematches, and then it's just like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they just throw it up in the air.
I think they removed the WrestleMania
Thank
name of it.
God, because I don't know who came up with that name. That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
It's weird, but like I'm glad they got rid of it though. I didn't when they advertised it, just said Backlash. They didn't say WrestleMania
Yeah.
Backlash. So I'm like, cool, awesome, it's gone, no longer a part of it. But it's cool though. It's
I think it's super dope. I think they're gonna, and they of course they should definitely highlight some Puerto Rican stars that they have.
yeah,
Be cool to see Priest in a good storyline that he deserves to be in. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I feel like he's just been playing backup with the Judgment Day. Like he's
yeah,
the one that's not really doing anything. Just just muscle. You know what I mean? He's just there.
yeah. The big guy.
Yeah, so like it would be cool to get him in a storyline to have a match at Backlash. I think that would be cool.
I mean, at
Uh,
least yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Maybe he goes to the U.S. Championship. Maybe,
I've
maybe.
been saying, yeah, I've
Yeah,
been saying
that's
this.
his time to do it. Just
Yeah,
give him the shot there.
why not? Fuck it.
Yeah,
You don't need him to win, but at least it shows like you got uh somebody to
representation.
represent. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then also you're finally doing something with him, like
exactly.
which you should be doing already, but just too many people on the roster.
Yeah, and it also makes me question like, are they gonna do more shows over there going forward? You
I
know
think
what
it
I
would.
mean?
I think it would be cool.
Yeah, and because
Why
they
not?
like yeah they do a lot of shows in Canada. They do a lot of shows in the UK.
Yeah.
No, we have it's a lot of international shows that are happening this year.
Yep.
Like, you have Money in the Bank this year being in the UK. You just had Elimination Chamber in Canada, Puerto Rico for Backlash. Like this is, I
Saudi.
feel like I if
Shout out Saudi. Don't ever
yeah,
disrespect Saudi. All right. Not
for
on
I
this
think
podcast.
for the King and Queen in the Ring. I think they're having their
Yeah, I
show. Yeah,
saw that. I saw that. How you
yeah.
feel about that?
I mean,
Are you
I
excited for it? Do you?
I want to be excited for it, but I
You
want to
don't
be
do
booked
nothing with them.
exactly.
You
I
just
just
have
want
the
that's what I'm
gimmick.
hoping.
You win a
I'm
king or queen gimmick, and that's it.
and then you had Woods hold it for like a week or two, and then that was it. And Zelina was just dropped because she got put with Legato. But
Yeah.
I hope they actually do something with it though, other than just saying, "Oh, here's
Wait, didn't
the."
Zelina get released? Or no?
I think she got injured.
Okay.
I think
Maybe
she got
I.
injured because she's
Okay.
still with Legato right now. So I'm
Yeah.
assuming she got injured and came back with Legato.
Okay. I thought she had gotten released and then came back with Legato.
No,
Okay.
I think it was
I'm
injury
bugging then.
because
Okay.
but she was a tag team with Carmella.
Yeah.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
and Carmella
Forgot
were a
about
tag
that.
team, and then she came back. But as long I'm not mad at the King and the Queen of the Ring stuff, as long as there's a plan for it and you know where direction they're gonna be in afterwards, instead of just like the last two Kings, for example. With Corbin, I feel like they had no direction with it. Same with
Or
Woods. Maybe they did, but he got injured too.
yeah.
But as long as they have a direction on where they're gonna go with the King and Queen of the Ring, then I'll be fine. I'm not gonna be too mad at it.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, cool. And then you have something with them, you give them a match, give them a title opportunity, and
You
showcase them.
do you give Cody King in the ring?
No,
No
no,
shot.
no shot, no shot.
Why
There's
not?
so I don't think that gimmick would work for him. Honestly, I would rather him stay the way he is than win the King of the Ring.
Oh
I
God, I
mean,
need him to spice it up a little bit.
maybe it will spice it up if he does win King of the Ring. I don't know.
Cause to be honest, the way I've been like looking at stuff, I don't know if like of course like it's set like he should win at Mania. I don't
Yeah,
know if he's gonna.
I don't.
They might push with this 1,000 day reign. They might try and hit 1,000 days.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I do.
Maybe that's the
Maybe,
trade off. Like you get King of the Ring and then work your way to SummerSlam to win the title.
possibly, possibly, and then that's how he gets his rematch, and then he wins it there, probably.
Yeah. But for
But
some reason, I don't know. Lately, I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna give it to Cody.
the thing is, though, like you got to also like think about it too with King of the Ring and Money in the Bank. They're very close, within
Yeah,
each other. I think they're a month apart. Um, I
probably.
believe Money in the Bank's in June. So
I
are
thought
you
it
gonna
was like
give?
beginning of July. Okay, sure.
Probably, yeah. And would you
It's
give the
one of the
same
two.
person for both to win King or Queen of the Ring and Money in the
Nah,
Bank, or do
nah,
you get two separate people?
nah. Two separate people.
Yeah. So then, like, if that's the case, then I don't know because there's people who deserve a world championship match plus who to win the Money in the Bank. Because like obviously, Money in the Bank means well, you can say either one means more because with Money in the Bank, you can hold it for a year. Sometimes the King of the Ring or Queen
Yeah,
of the Ring, they may not last that long.
I'm hoping Big E returns to wrestling, hopefully, and wins Money in the Bank.
So you can have a proper run with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him versus Cody for the belt.
Yeah.
Cody's in between. Like he thought he stopped racism. He's like, "What's happening here?"
He thought he
He
stopped
cuts
racist.
another promo. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, then Brandy comes back. Who told you
Oh
this was
God,
open night?
who told you it was open
Open
mic
mic
night?
night.
What a bitch! Like,
Yeah,
like her character was just like. That's how I looked at her. I was like, what? Like she's probably dope as hell.
yeah,
Just like every time she was on TV, I was just like, I don't care. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like it was
yeah.
like I don't care.
I
It's
mean, it was
just
just every
certain
time.
people
Every
like
time she
that.
was out there, she was trying to defend Cody. But it's like, are you what? I don't get it. Like, I get it. You trying to defend your husband, but
I
it's like,
get it, yeah.
yeah,
But like it was just
Cody can talk for
why are you
himself.
here? Yeah, it was like why are you here? Like I
Yeah,
get it though. I get it.
yeah.
Imagine she comes back.
Imagine she becomes
If you
queen.
want to turn Cody heel and go like full force with it to get people to hate him, you got it. Brandy. You just put Brandy with him.
That's what I was thinking too. Maybe you put. Maybe that's how you go. Maybe you have Brandy come back, win Queen of the Ring, and then Cody comes and wins King, and then become King and Queen. You know how badly people will hate them.
Oh my god. But do you want to do that with Cody?
I don't know.
If you want
That's
to, that's perfect.
it gives
But
them a
I don't
little
think they want
spice
to though.
to it.
It does. It gives people, but he doesn't want to be heel. I think that's his thing. Because in
Yeah,
AEW, all he had to do was turn heel, and the fans would have kept loving him. But he was so like, it seemed like he was so against turning heel that he decided before I turn heel, I'll change companies. Get the fuck out of
yeah,
here. I'm not turning heel. For that, I'd rather just change companies.
exactly. And I don't know. I mean, again, I think we mentioned this a couple episodes again too. It's like people love to hate people, and when they love to hate, they still cheer because they love what they're seeing.
Yeah.
So if he turns heel and they love it and they still cheer, and is it like, is it gonna work? Is it not gonna work? And I get the
Look at
risk in that.
look at Rated R Superstar.
Yeah,
People hated Edge, but people loved Edge.
yeah,
We hated Edge and Lita, but
yeah,
if you look back, they were getting pops, man. People love to see them, but they
yeah.
love to see them to hate them.
But Cody's, I'm not the biggest Cody fan, but I think he's a great worker to where I think he can make
Of
it
course,
work.
of
He can
course.
make it work to where he can
I
turn
think
heel.
he's the perfect heel. Look at Ring of Honor when he was like,
Yeah,
and when he started out with Bullet Club before he fucking killed that. He was killing it. He was doing his thing. Like, that's all you gotta do. Like, just emulate that and you'll be good.
yeah,
Cause that was a perfect timing for him. And like that run was really dope that people hated him. Like it was good for him because he got like a lot of spotlight out of it. But people hated him but also loved him. Like
yeah,
it was one of those things that he was such a good heel. I need to see Cody. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's one of those that's like they're so good that I hate them, but I need to see them.
yeah. I hate it, but I want to see. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
what you mean.
exactly. It's kind of like okay, like I'm trying to think that like somebody that people like hated, but he needed to. I guess, but Cena wasn't even a heel. Cena was just people hated the gimmick.
Yeah, I think they just hated the spotlight that he was
Yeah,
in too much.
maybe like I don't know, Brock maybe.
Like as what? As like
Like
what?
when
Like
he
people.
was like when he was having that title run, and people were hating on it because he wasn't showing up to Raws, and the belt would just be gone. But when Homie showed up, it
The
was always a
music. Yeah.
pop. People were cheering, even if he was you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Hmm. That's a good one. I don't know. There's a lot of I wouldn't really think of it. I think the first person that comes to mind would probably be Rollins. I think that's
mm,
why he's a
that's a
babyface
good one.
now
That's a good one.
because he was a heel. People just loved singing the music, and then they just turned him a babyface. And which I
Yeah.
like. I love what they're doing. I'm not
Oh,
saying I
it's
hate it or
awesome.
anything, but it's like that's an example of how people just love something. And they change the babyface because of the crowd.
Exactly. He got
Um.
no other choice but to do it.
Yeah.
That's what Cody was the opposite in AEW. Like people wanted him to go heel because they
Yeah.
were like, "We want to cheer you, so like just fucking turn heel so we can cheer you." Like we don't want
Exactly.
to cheer this just this guy right now and what
Yeah.
you're bringing to the table. You're not doing
And
shit.
that's
Because what
that's
happened, like if you look at the, because he wasn't like that his whole AEW run. Like it was
yeah.
like the last couple of months that he got really stale. And it was like I don't even think it was stale. I just think there was so much going on in the company that his gimmick started out really with high expectations and then just kept going down and down and was like we could see this gimmick's kind of corny, like change it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
turn heel. And that I bet that's like how a lot of people were back in the day with Hogan when they got stale off of him and they were like, you know what, we're not watching this no more. Turned heel and people were like, that's my guy.
I don't think it's like
Of course, I'm not saying Cody's on. I know people gonna be like, you gotta try to
yeah,
say he's on Hogan's level. I'm just making a point. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. But I think with Cody and not just Cody but others now, it's like I don't think it's turning heel or baby face. That's has to be different if that makes sense.
what do you mean?
Like you don't have to be again. I think if you want to love Cody more, for example,
Yeah,
and specifically when he was in AEW, I don't think he needed to turn heel. I think the thing is he just needed a character change. It didn't have to be a
I
heel.
got you.
It
Okay.
just needed a character change. It
Yeah,
is people I think people just wanted something different out of Cody. That I
yeah.
think their first thing that came to mind was,
Was
hey, he should
please
turn
turn
heel.
heel. Yeah,
Yeah, and again, I don't think he needs to turn heel. Just he needs to have a character change. I
got you.
think people are tired
I
of
can see that.
seeing
Yeah,
the same,
yeah. American
logo. I mean,
Nightmare.
he can't do it now because of the logo on his neck.
I
It's
mean, you
tatted.
can still change like you don't have to change the logo to like
Yeah, just
change up like to spice up your character. You don't need to, but like that is true. The first thing that everybody goes to is he should turn heel. That was my first thing because I remember the ROH days. I remember the early WWE days when he was doing like the dashing shit. And I was like, yo, he's a really good heel.
and
You know what would help him right now? Just turn heel.
and he's a great
No, I
person to
understand.
do and get a character change. He
Yeah,
went from the dashing stuff to the Stardust to the
yeah,
things with Damien Sandow to what he's doing now. He's the perfect guy to do a character change with
yeah,
and to experiment it with because he can kill it. He can
yeah.
kill whatever is given to him.
But also, you don't want to kill momentum right now. Trying to change shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? The only change that you could do, I feel, is safely is turn him heel. You can't change his whole persona. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It would be too different for people.
yeah. I don't mean like too different. Just like
Yeah,
maybe try to slowly, like maybe but here and there you change something different about it. Maybe like just get. I don't know. Just they'll probably
I, f-
figure something out
I
too.
feel you. Can I just say he's come a long way though, Cody?
He
Because
has.
I saw I saw the video the other day of him debuting at Impact. And
Yeah,
wow, he looks like such a creative superstar on a fucking video game. It's so generic with
yeah.
the fucking flight jacket,
Jacket. Yeah,
the white tights with the white boots. And it's just like such a generic. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it wasn't really like nothing that told you, yo, this is Cody Rhodes. It was just like it's Cody. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's him.
cool. But
It
like
kind of seemed like
now,
he was there for the name. Now it's like he has a presence
now he
to
has
him.
a whole presence. He got the jack. He's got the fireworks, the entrance, the song. Like
Yeah,
he had the song back then too, but he didn't have that walk to him,
yeah,
that confident walk. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Now he's got that. But I saw that video the other day. I was like, wow,
Remember those days? Though?
he's
Like I remember that time. Weren't they partnered with Global Force? Wasn't he like a part of that
yeah.
storyline or something? To where he won
Yo,
the title, I believe.
what a time that was.
Yeah,
What a weird time in wrestling.
yeah.
What year was that? 2016?
2016. Yeah,
Yeah, that was also when he was doing like a big indie run, and it was
yeah.
like you couldn't like go like he was on posters. He was on a lot of companies at that time.
He was because
You know
during
what I
that
mean?
time, Cody was making a lot of headlines. Now he was frustrated what he was doing. He
Yeah,
wanted to leave. He has the last name, so people wanted to get him on their shows,
yeah.
and they were getting
Only
him, and then became big from there.
he was over here in Queens and HOG um and but the one in Long Island. He did a Creative Pro show. He did I, I'm not sure if it was the Bronx Wrestling Federation or if it was the other company in the Bronx, but it's slipping my mind. But he was fucking everywhere. And
Yeah,
it was like you couldn't go to an indie show without being handed a flyer saying, "Yo, next show,
Cody
Cody Rhodes
Rhodes.
is
Yeah.
Cody's gonna be here."
Oh yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
yeah,
It's
another last name.
Cody. Yeah, but like, yo, he really went on that. He went on like a Galloway uh tour. He
Yeah,
really went like McIntyre. McIntyre's another guy, but that's another story. Rather him as a heel, I think he's just a hate. Like he's got that look to him. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Because
But
also someone that like kind of we spoke about too a while back was Corbin. Like Corbin is someone that people don't like because I think people just don't like him as a performer. I guess not as a natural heel.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
I
So they
got you.
kind of have to keep him a heel.
Yeah,
But the thing is, with speaking of that too, like his character when he did the bum ass Corbin
yeah,
stuff, people were loving that.
yeah,
People were loving the bum ass Corbin, and people were gonna cheer that. Don't no idea where that was gonna go or
yeah,
where it was gonna end up, but people were cheering it, and even though it wasn't supposed to be a cheerable thing, people were supposed to feel bad, and it ended up being a lovable thing. People want to
yeah,
see that back now, but again, where is that gonna go? Where are they gonna lead a bum ass Corbin gimmick? You know what I mean?
yeah. I feel you on that. Corbin too. It's tough. I don't know why he got such a bad rep. Like I think he's dope in the ring. I
Yeah,
liked his lone wolf gimmick. Like he was a cool dude. You know what I mean? He wasn't bad at wrestling, and then all of a sudden, just like getting all this hate. And then now it's just like Corbin is just like the fucking punching bag. You know what I mean? Like to
yeah,
wrestling fans online. It's just
yeah.
like, oh, Corbin's fucking trash. Corbin's, you know what I mean? Like it's tough to,
I was thinking about
it's tough
Corbin,
to,
like,
it's tough to turn baby face. It's easy to turn heel.
yeah,
Like you could get people to hate you instantly, especially if they don't know you. You know what I mean? Like if I
yeah,
introduce you to somebody brand new, you could get them to hate you faster than uh like to hate you faster that they could like you. Because it's just easy to be a dick.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's easy to be not saying it's easy to be a heel, but it's hard to have people start loving you out of nowhere, especially if they hated you for years. So to turn Corbin babyface, you're gonna have him like just that's a whole persona change. You
oh
know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
that's one of those that's just like you gotta change everything about you because you've gotten so much hate over the years that you know what I mean? It's just tough. He was different. He was like but anybody could be a heel to be a good heel, you gotta be fucking nice at it.
yeah. Yeah, I
Like
mean, I was thinking about like I saw a video earlier of like
yeah.
when he won the Battle Royal the at WrestleMania that year.
Yes.
Like that was his. He was still at NXT. I think he debuted like right
Bro,
after.
people were hype.
Yeah,
People were hype when he won that.
yeah. That's a
Like,
great way to introduce somebody too. Like imagine like somebody who you barely see on TV. There's all of a sudden throw Kane over the top rope at a
yes.
WrestleMania.
I remember watching it. I was like, is that?
Yeah, I was like, was that
Oh,
wrestling? Was that Baron
was that
Corbin?
Baron
I
Corbin?
mean, yeah,
It was just random. That was what mania was that? Was that 32?
32
Yeah, Dallas.
Dallas. Yeah,
Yes, I was there.
I
Cause there
remember
was there was a bunch of random people in that. Tatanka was in the ring. There was
Shaq was in the
so
ring.
yeah, there was so many random people in that battle royal that out of
Tatanka.
all the people was just like, yo, Tatanka was there.
It's so random.
I
I don't know
remember,
why.
yeah, I remember I was sitting there and we're looking in the ring, and I was actually like, yeah, I think that's Baron Corbin. And I hear the guy like, but then that slipped my mind because the guy behind me screamed, "Is that Tatanka?" And I was like, that fucking is Tatanka. What the fuck? Like this is so random. I was like, imagine this dude wins this.
Yeah,
What a
that'd been
win!
hilarious.
Tatanka wins at WrestleMania 32.
Oh, that would have been hilarious. That would have been hilarious. But yeah, like I was thinking about that. Like, they gotta do. I I wonder how they're gonna introduce NXT stars now without like kind of how it related to that type of era of NXT when they just threw people into matches and random moments
Yeah, and it
and
was
then
just like they didn't even know. Like like I'm sure people probably didn't notice Corbin at first, and then
yeah,
as it died down, it was like, all right, there's 5 people left. Is
it's
that
Corbin
fucking
right there.
Baron
Yeah,
Corbin? Yeah, like,
yeah,
or who the fuck is that if you didn't follow NXT?
yeah. But
Like,
like yeah, I saw that because I saw the clip earlier. I'm like, wow, that was an awesome introduction to Corbin.
yeah,
That was a cool moment for him.
and then just the hate just came right
Yeah,
after
came right at him for no reason.
for no
uh,
reason.
but yeah, another thing I wanted to talk about was we didn't talk about it yet because we did Revolution predictions last week, which is awesome pay per view by the way. We'll get that in a little bit.
Whew.
But I wanted to talk about Ring of Honor and the new era of Ring of Honor. Started last week, and as we're recording this, I think it should be almost done.
Yeah,
With this week's episode. What are your thoughts on this new Ring of Honor?
I fucking love it. I think this is so dope. I think it's giving everybody more airtime. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
guys that we don't see a lot, or guys we see for like a quick match on Dynamite or Rampage. I think this is really gonna be dope and like actually help push Ring of Honor. I know he got a lot of shit for taking so long to do something with Ring of Honor, but I think this is the right call.
yeah.
Especially like everything that's been happening and setting up for the show in April. I think it's gonna be a banger.
I think this was the right time to bring it back too, because of Supercard of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
I think the build up was is the important part of obviously the show because it's during Mania weekend.
Oh yeah,
So you need a build up, and I think what they did last year is even though you know they weren't gonna not have a Supercard of Honor without the build up. You
yeah,
couldn't do that on Dynamite. People were complaining how Dynamite had featured Ring of Honor stars and titles and defenses and stuff like that. So I think that having your own platform starting now was the
yeah. Because
perfect call to start it.
last year was their first like that was their kickoff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I think that was their
Because the
kickoff when Tony
final
Khan bought
battle
it.
was like the last of the year, closed the book on Ring of Honor, and then the TK era began.
Yeah, but I think he already owned it before that, but it was just that was the last pay per view. Then it took a hiatus for a bit,
Yeah.
and then they came back. But I think this is the right time. I was watching it before we started today, and I was watching it last week too, and I was like, damn, I love it. It is giving time to people who don't get
It's
time
awesome.
on AEW.
Yeah.
The one thing is though, like I, I kind of don't want I want it to be separate still. You
Okay.
know what I mean? Like I
Okay.
kind of want it to be Ring of Honor only stays on Ring of Honor. Don't feature any of them on AEW television, vice versa, because then it'll be for me personally. It would be confusing if, like, let's say Athena is right now. I think she's feuding with Willow Nightingale. It'll
Mm-hmm.
be confusing if like we've seen one of them having another feud in AEW, but it's like she's feuding in two shows at once.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome, great moment. Not discrediting anything, but it's like I want to see one feud and follow that, and then be like, wait, but they're two different feuds. It will confuse me. So
Well, I think it's gonna tie in to as you see like the way the storyline is going against like AEW originals versus like the outsiders, the
yeah,
outcast. Athena fits in that, and I think
True,
it's gonna push over and
true.
become intertwined with the
But so
storylines.
is Willow Nightingale, though. You know, she wasn't an AEW original.
Yeah, but she's never been to the other company, so she counts as an original.
Yeah,
But she's
I
not really
guess.
original. But she's like homegrown talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, I
this
guess
is like her first big company she's with.
that is true. That is true. But I didn't really think about
Major
that that way.
company. My bad.
But that would be cool. I mean, that was just an example that I was throwing for
No,
my
yeah.
point.
I
But
think
like
that's why Joe lost the belt to keep him off of AEW TV and strictly
maybe,
do Ring of Honor.
maybe because I know there were people who signed like a Ring of Honor AEW deal, like those Bandito, for example. It would be cool to see him on Dynamite here and there, but like if they're not doing anything on Dynamite, they should be doing something on Ring of Honor. If they're doing something on Ring of Honor, they shouldn't be on Dynamite.
Gotcha.
Like if they're having a feud on Ring of Honor, wait till they're done to be featured on AEW if you want them on AEW and vice versa. So that way they're not
Exactly.
doing two things on two different companies. It's like, wait,
That
who?
makes perfect sense, to be
Yeah,
honest. Like you said, so you're not getting confused on who's in what storyline and stuff like that.
exactly. And they're doing they're getting TV time. They're not taking too much time. You know what I mean? Imagine seeing and no, imagine just the name that came to my head. Imagine seeing Moxley on two main events. It's
Yeah,
like it could have been given to somebody else, but like
yeah.
just give other people time who don't
Well,
get.
that's why they're hyping up the main event that's coming up in April,
Yeah, yeah,
which is gonna be fire. I don't want to say it. Well, we could say it right because it happened last week.
yeah. The
I'm
Eddie
not
Kingston.
spoiling nothing. If you're listening to this fucking podcast,
Exactly.
listen, you should have kept up.
Exactly.
Kingston Claudio, I think is gonna be fire.
Hell yeah. And I was
I'm so
waiting for that
excited for
feud.
that.
And speaking of Eddie Kingston, though, he's someone who quit AEW, but now it seems like he's doing Ring of Honor full time.
Yeah,
And it's like, that's awesome.
which
So,
is cool.
not
Yeah,
everyone
because
should do that, but like maybe give some people just who were signed to AEW just staying with Ring of Honor. So that way they're getting time and then maybe come back when they're like ready, I guess, or more established.
yeah,
But like if you're trying to get like someone on both shows, not everyone needs time on both shows. Just
yeah.
keep one on the other.
No,
You know what I mean?
definitely,
But I'm
definitely.
loving what they're doing with Ring of Honor too.
I'm I'm so. It's only been what the first two episodes, the first episode. And I think it's fucking amazing so far.
Yeah,
Again, give it a couple months. We'll see what happens. Cause it might turn to shit. You never know. Can happen with anybody. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
so far, so good though.
yeah. There's something that happened on Rampage. I don't want to spoil it either, but like
Oh, that's supposed to happen
on
tomorrow.
Friday night, yeah, tomorrow
Okay.
night, because they didn't. Obviously, it's pre-taped, but if you're listening to this and don't want to
Are we
spoiler it,
live right now?
yeah, we're live right now. So if you're
Are we
listening to this
live,
live
bud?
and you don't want to get Rampage spoiled, you can mute this, turn it off, whatever. There's something that happened that's pretty cool. I don't know if you saw it. Do you want to spoil it, or do you
I didn't
watch
even see
Rampage?
it. What's up?
What Mark Briscoe said.
No, what happened?
He announced he's relinquishing the tag titles,
Okay.
and at Supercard of Honor they're gonna crown new tag titles to champions, and they're doing what they're calling a Reach for the Sky ladder match.
Nice.
I don't know how many tag teams are in it, but the first tag team that's in it is Lucha Bros. And again,
That's
I don't know how many tag
ridiculous.
teams. It could
That's
be like four.
ridiculous.
The Lucha Bros, for example. The reason why I mentioned this because the Lucha Bros. If they're not doing anything on AEW television, keep them on Ring of Honor until he has something for AEW.
Mm-hmm.
But that was dope. That's when it was cool. But
Okay.
that's what I was trying to get to. Like if Lucha Brothers, if you have nothing for them on AEW, keep them on Ring of Honor
How
until
many
maybe
teams is it gonna be?
I don't know because I don't think he said that. I
Let's
don't think he said how many
predict.
teams.
Let's predict, right? Let's say
Yeah,
let's say 3 or 4 tag teams.
three. Let's say four. Let's say
Let's
four.
say 4.
That seems like a fair number
Okay.
of tag teams.
I say we're gonna have Lucha Bros. We're gonna have Top Flight.
I say
We're
Kingdom.
gonna. Ooh, the Kingdom was gonna be my last one.
Who's gonna
Cause
be
I
next
was
one?
gonna say Aussie Open. Cause
Oh
I saw
yes,
yes.
I saw them advertised for tonight's Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
I was
They've
like,
been over there having
yeah,
some matches. So and they've been winning. So from what I saw, so yeah,
Yeah.
I think
I,
that's gonna be. I think that's gonna be fire.
and if I do want to see I do want to see Lucha Bros win the tag titles. That would be cool.
Ring of Honor.
Yeah, in Ring of Honor because
They
or Aussie Open. You know what I
they
mean?
might give it to them to like. I'm trying to think like to kind of like be the team, the like the veteran team. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That you gotta like go through to like
yeah.
make it in Ring of Honor.
I'm
So maybe
surprised. I
they
mean,
give them the
again,
titles first, let them hold it, let them build up the other tag teams before they put it on anybody new.
because it
But I
seems
wouldn't be mad
like
at Aussie Open.
yeah, it seems like as of right now, from what we've seen,
Yeah.
they're also like including a lot of younger talent, especially in the tag division.
Yes.
You have a Top Flight. You have Aussie Open. Who's even I don't know how old they are, but they're relatively new in the tag team game. Um, and you have like a couple of like not a, like a lot of tag teams who are people not familiar with who are just starting out, and not just in tag team division. You had Billy Starks who wrestled today too. You have Blake Christian who they're trying to get in there, and a lot of young names. And it's like it's a new era. You have a lot of familiar Ring of Honor names, but you're also including a lot of younger talent to
Yeah.
help build the brand back in. So I think that's something that I really love what they're doing with Ring of Honor right now is the incorporation of veterans and younger talent. Because I think it sucks to say it's like a lot of these people Ring of Honor like well known names there are getting up there in age. You know? Like Samoa Joe is getting up
Don't
there.
you dare. I
I'm
will
not trying to
not
say that in
take
this.
the slander.
I'm trying to
No,
slander
I
them. I'm
know,
saying that
I
they're
know.
getting up there in age, and
Yeah,
like
they
who knows
are.
when they're going to retire.
They are. But
And
that's
it's
why
like you
they're
got,
there. They're doing the Jericho right now in Ring of Honor.
yeah,
I think that's what a lot of the older guys are gonna do. Which
yeah,
is dope as hell. I like what Jericho's doing right now, helping with the young talent, put them on the map.
yeah.
I think it's
But
fucking
Lucha
dope.
Brothers, though, not gonna lie, they would make a great next Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, and it'll make sense because, like you said, if they're trying to run like be the veteran tag team that teams have to run through and get those belts off of, it's gonna bring a lot of competition for
Yeah.
every tag team, no matter who you have over there. Like I said, Aussie Open was on today's Ring of Honor. Um, Seems like they could be a huge part of this tag team division, which would be
Yeah.
awesome. Um, and I think that I'm excited for. I'm just excited for. I don't know why. I love tag team wrestling,
No, yeah, facts.
and it's like
Yo, that line match is gonna be dope.
yeah.
That card is
And
gonna be
I'm sorry if I spoiled
ridiculous.
it for anybody, but I think that I warned y'all. But
It's alright.
yeah, it's but yeah, I don't know. I love tag team wrestling, but I just think that like it'll be cool. It'll be cool
Nah,
to
yeah,
see.
definitely, definitely. I think Ring of Honor is gonna thrive. I think it's gonna thrive,
Yeah,
especially with the talent that's there. I think they're gonna do very well. Will they exceed expectations? I hope so. Cause I love the history of Ring of Honor. I love that company. So to see them actually trying and not just buy it for the library and just make money off of it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like they're actually trying to do new things and get older stars back into Ring of Honor that used to be there. I think it's awesome. I think it's more than because I know like when people were complaining that Tony Khan bought it, hasn't done anything. A lot of people were like, "Oh, WWE should have bought it." That would have went straight to Peacock. You would have got all the shows. Would have been dope. But they have done anything, maybe something with the world title, and it would have faded away.
yeah,
You know what I mean? By now, it would have faded away.
yeah.
But I
I
think
get it.
it's dope that they're actually keeping the name of Ring of Honor alive. And I think it's
Yeah,
fire. And I think with this uh new roster they have, I think it's gonna be fucking awesome.
yeah. I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. Um, yeah. So it just the thing is though, it's like the one thing that I kind of don't like too is how it's pre-taped. I don't like. I get if they do pre-tape stuff like Dark and Evolution. I don't understand, but if they're doing like pre-tape for Ring of Honor,
Yeah.
I'm already finding out stuff in advance to make me not want to watch it because I know what happened. I want to know. I can easily, yes, I can easily avoid the spoilers of it and not see it and
Yeah,
watch it live. But it's like if I'm seeing it posted everywhere, it's like I can't avoid that. You know what I mean?
it's NXT.
Yeah, I
It's how
guess.
NXT used to be
Yeah,
when it was pre-taped, and I used to hate it. And somebody spoiled that Nakamura popped up on the screen and he's having a match
yeah,
in April, but the shit won't post. Like the episode that they recorded won't post for another month. And it's like, well, thanks for telling me what happened,
exactly. And
but
that's
you
the same
gotta
thing what
make it.
happened.
Yeah, but
I
you
got,
gotta make it so good that like the content's so good that people are gonna want to check it out anyway.
yeah,
That's what their goal is. You know what I mean? Like with NXT, right? It was like, oh, this happened, this happened, this happened, but the main event was whoa. You know what I
yeah,
mean? That makes you want to check out the main event and be like, heard a lot of people talking about this. Let's see
yeah,
what happens. So
yeah,
hopefully it gets like that with Ring of Honor. That's just like I gotta see it. Like right now, I've been watching the episodes, but that's because it's still brand new. You know what I mean? There'll be a time
exactly,
that it's just like another show, and it's like fuck, I can't keep track of everything. You know what I
exactly.
mean? And start like just watching highlights here and there. But if they make it so compelling that I need to watch it, even though I might know what happens, I think that's perfect. Because
Yeah,
I think
and
that's
I'm
how it
think
had
and
with NXT. I think it was dope. It was cool for moments and certain stuff when you knew what was gonna happen, and you were just waiting for it. But then some other stuff, it was like, fuck, I wish I would have not read that.
yeah,
Like when new people would show up and have a match. You know what I mean? It would be like most of the time they would try and have them do it at takeovers. Like, oh, they're in the crowd. Oh, look who it is. But some people they would have a match on NXT. Like when James Storm showed up, I was like, James Storm was at NXT today. Shit won't be posted though till 3 weeks. I was like, fuck. Well, why is
yeah,
he there? You just told me he's there. Did he cut a promo? Did he what? He wrestled, but like, what's happening?
yeah.
So you
It
gotta
does
tune in
make
to see.
you.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
that is true. It does make seeing the spoilers does want to make you tune in because
yeah,
like
but now I've seen the spoilers, certain spoiler websites, and they'll give you fucking play by play action of what
yeah,
happened. And
yeah,
it's like, fuck, I didn't want to know all that. Like for that, I
exactly,
don't watch it.
exactly. But that's the one thing I'm like worried about is I'm trying to avoid spoilers, but everywhere I
Yeah.
look, there's something related to it, and I'm like, damn, man. But I think that you know that's something that I'm trying to not do is read spoilers, but like I want to know how long it'll take for them to like not do it pre-taped anymore. You know what I mean?
I think when it gains some traction,
I think so.
when it
Yeah, I was
starts
gonna say
gaining some
because
traction, they'll do it.
what they can do really is like it's only Thursdays, right? So it's not like they're traveling like AEW. Because if that was the case, then then I'll see why you have to pre-tape it. Because
Yeah.
like Elevation, you're not gonna go, you know, flying different places every week like it was Dynamite.
Yeah.
But with Ring of Honor, it's in the Orlando, so it's going to be taking
Yeah.
place in the same location. You don't have to
It's
travel
I think it's where they used to
everywhere.
film Impact. I think they're in the Impact zone.
Really, I
Well,
thought it was
not
where they filmed.
in the same building, but they're using like that set
Okay,
because it's in Universal. So like in Universal, there's like a backlot place where you can film stuff. Like there's studios. So
yeah,
Impact used to film there. That they called it the Impact Zone. So they used to film there. So they film it in the same exact like place, but I don't know if it's
yeah,
the same exact building. But I think
okay,
what it is for them is they don't know if they could trust Ring of Honor making money for them. Because I
yeah,
saw when they recorded like 2 or 3 shows
yeah.
in
I
one
think so.
day or something like that.
Yeah,
So it makes sense of them doing that and saving on money. But hopefully down the line they see that it's making traction and are like, okay, cool.
yeah,
We can now do live week events. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I think that would be dope.
yeah. Random thought though.
What's up?
Juice Robinson came out this week on Dynamite, starting a feud with
Woo!
Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
That was unexpected to me, but it's awesome because I dig that feud. You know what I mean?
This is the first time we saw the Bullet Club logo on
Yeah.
AEW TV, right?
Yeah, and that maybe when Jay White first appeared, We never saw it then.
We
Thought we
haven't
did for
seen
some
it.
reason, but I
We
thought
have. So when I saw it, that was where my mind went first.
that's me too. But then I realized like is he still part of Bullet Club or is he not? I don't know. But when
He
I
never
saw
got
that though,
kicked out.
that is also true. That is also true.
He got kicked out of New Japan. He
Yeah,
lost the match. Like everybody that wants to play it safe doesn't get kicked out.
yeah,
If you've noticed, AJ said, "Fuck it, we're going for it. I'm not coming back here. Like I'm making it work in WWE."
yeah,
It got kicked out. Adam Cole said the same thing. Fuck it, I'm taking this risk.
yeah,
Gallows and Anderson have never been kicked out of the Bullet Club. Jay White never got kicked out. Uh, Cody and Kenny got kicked out, but that was because they fucked the whole shit up. And then they like chose sides and all that other bullshit. Um, so he's never got kicked out. So that was the first thing my mind went to, and it's still going to because I'm like, why would they show the Bullet Club logo?
yeah,
We haven't seen the Bullet Club logo in AEW at all. Why would they use it for Juice Robinson? Is this leading to something bigger? And
yeah.
he's just a disciple.
Yeah, I mean, it's still regardless if Jay White doesn't show up in AEW, I still feel like this feud between Juice and Ricky
I think it's
Starks.
gonna be dope as hell.
Yeah, because
What?
it's giving Juice TV time now. It's gonna give him time to show the fans who are not familiar with him,
Yeah, and it gives Ricky an
familiarity.
opponent to chill with for a little bit.
Yeah, and Ricky Starks is amazing, amazing opponent. And I do think though
Yeah,
that like I said this a lot of times how like I think that some AEW contracted star should join Bullet Club. And I think that would be great because you have Bullet Club members in each major company.
yeah,
Um, AEW is the only Juice Robinson. Yes, now he is.
yeah.
But if
There's
you,
no other.
yeah, he's by himself and he's signed as a member of Bullet Club already. I mean, someone who was signed before they joined Bullet Club.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, Ace Austin and Chris Bay, they were Impact stars before they joined.
yeah.
They just joined.
And they're killing it right now.
Yeah, and they're killing it. If you have someone who's an established star, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, that's a big deal." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because when Juice signed, Juice didn't. It was a cool moment, yes, but like people didn't really make it a big deal. You know
yeah,
what I mean? I was like, "Oh, he signed, awesome," and then
yeah.
just
I do
didn't
like
do
how they
anything.
made him a big deal last night, though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
even the commentary like sold the shit out of it.
yeah,
That's Juice Robinson. Like we were supposed to care about it. You know
yeah,
what I mean? That was dope. That like made him seem more important than other people might look at him. You know what I mean? Like people
yeah,
that don't really watch him. And I'm like, oh, this is just a dude that has wrestled a couple times for the US belt when Mox had it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like but it actually made him feel like an important figure. I think that's awesome. I think
and
that's the right way to kick off this thing with Ricky, because
yeah, and then I do
you
that
can't just
moment
throw
itself
somebody
with
random at him at Ricky. You have to make it important. So it was dope that
exactly
they did that.
in that moment with the Bullet Club logo popping up and just the voiceover, and it was like, "Oh shit, someone's here." Even though it was Juice Robinson, it was still a cool moment.
No,
It's
yeah,
like shit, this
yeah,
is a big deal, and
exactly.
I'm already excited for that feud. I'm like, damn, what is this gonna lead to? Is it going to lead to something big? Is Jay White gonna show up? Who knows? That's a whole other conversation. But
Yep,
this feud is gonna be something, and I'm excited for
definitely.
it. And I'm excited for that. I want to see this. I want to see where it goes. I hope it's not like a, hey, this is a fucking St. Patrick's Day brawl match, and then bye bye Juice for a couple of months. Um, I
I
hope it
feel you
leads to
on that.
something big. I hope we see more of Juice Robinson after this feud, and it leads to something big. I want to see a big ass match.
Yeah.
One thing prediction right
Uh oh.
here, calling it
Let's
first. I want to
let's
say it
hear
way
it.
in advance. If Bullet Club does something with Anarchy in the Arena or Blood and Guts, please take my money, AEW.
Yeah.
I will fly there to see it in person if
Yeah.
that's the case. Because that's I think I said this last year too. How I mentioned how like Gallows and Anderson and then Jay White were going to team up to take on the Elite and stuff, and I still think that might happen. Not
Yeah.
with the Elite, I don't know, but I think Bullet Club may be involved with like an AEW storyline for
Yes.
Blood and Guts or Anarchy in the Arena because that would sound dope.
Yeah.
even if they do like a 5-on-5 match at Forbidden Door, something, include
Yeah.
them in something. 'Cause that'd be awesome.
Nah, definitely. 100%. I think them doing something with them would be huge. Now it's just who are you bringing over? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Do you bring in the Impact guys also to have this? You know what I mean? It's
maybe.
all those. So
They're
who
already
knows?
in the
I'm
US.
down with it. Yeah, I think that would be sick, especially with a blood and guts match.
Yeah,
I think that would be dope as hell. And seeing
yeah,
everybody in the Bullet Club gear and be like, that's a
yeah.
crew right there.
That is a crew.
That's a crew. Um,
Powerhouse Hobbs won the TNT
I
Championship
was
last night
gonna
too.
ask you that. What do you think of that?
So I do think it's cool that Powerhouse Hobbs did win the TNT Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't like how they just gave it to Wardlow on Sunday, then made him drop it 4 days later.
Mm-hmm.
You could have had Samoa Joe hold it for 4 more days and then just drop it to Hobbs.
Wardlow needed that win against Joe to end the rivalry, and
Yeah,
then he needed to lose to Hobbs so that Hobbs has someone to face. Because if
yeah,
he just beats Hobbs clean, you got no story.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So kind of like I didn't really feel it, but then I sat back and thought about it. I was like, I guess this was the only way to do it to get people to care about this rivalry. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Random as hell, QTV. I don't know what that is. I saw the promo happen. I think it was right before the pay per view started.
yeah,
That the thing just static that was like QTV, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
yeah,
I don't know if it's been around in Dark. I haven't been keeping up with Dark,
yeah. Me
so I
neither. I
don't
mean,
know.
I think that's all I've seen too. I've seen that static thing for QTV too. I don't
Yeah,
wasn't sure.
yeah,
I think that's a faction of some sort.
that's what I'm thinking,
I'm
and I
thinking
think
it's
it's
kind of gonna
kicking
be
off with
like
Hobbs,
I think it's gonna be something kind of like what they're doing with the firm, but I
maybe
think QT is gonna be more
the
of a wrestler.
firm. Yeah,
Because I you remember how like, the firm was started where like um Hathaway just like went up to people, didn't know
yeah,
what he was doing. Come to find out at All Out last year it was just to help MJF. I'm not saying it's gonna lead to helping somebody, but like I do think it's gonna be like you're gonna see the QTV sign
yeah,
at random points during a show, like during someone's match, and then all of a sudden that leads to like that person's match, whoever whatever that shows up, that
yeah.
person joins, kind of
Gotcha.
thing. So that's what I think is gonna
I can see
happen.
that.
Something like at least how it's gonna get built up is gonna be somewhat to like the firms,
Yeah,
but
but
then
I
it's probably
was,
gonna be a bigger faction.
but I was cool with Hobbs winning. I was like, this is cool. This is
Yeah,
something new. He deserves it. He's been killing it. It's cool that he's finally getting a real story.
yeah.
Didn't like that they just threw him with a manager, but we'll see what happens with that. I don't know
Maybe
what's that supposed to
it's
be. You know what I
maybe
mean?
it's
Like,
not a manager. I don't think
I
QT
hope
would be the
not.
manager. I think it's just him and Hobbs are taking over, and then just
Maybe.
like maybe this is the introduction
Is he
to the
gonna be the
faction. I guess
mouthpiece though?
I don't know because
Because he was the
for me,
mouthpiece of the factory.
I mean, yeah, yeah, but the thing is, like, I don't
Maybe the
think Powerhouse needs a mouthpiece.
yeah.
In my opinion, he doesn't need it. You can give him one. I mean, I guess you can say that for everyone. Like, everyone can, you can give anyone a mouthpiece, really. But do they need it? Is the better question. I don't think they
Exactly.
need. I don't think Powerhouse
I
needs
don't
a
think he needs one.
mouthpiece.
No, I don't think so. It
Although
does.
QT was great with the factory, I don't know where that's gonna go. Um, I don't know.
I think the
Because the thing
factory is just
is,
done.
yeah, I think it's done. But like QTV, like, what does that mean? Like, I thought it was like Q, like
We
its own
got
show.
we gotta wait and see, I guess, because they did main event. That was a big angle that happened at the
Yeah,
end. So it's gonna be a big story moving on from here.
yeah. And
What
then
did you think of the pay per view?
I thought it was great. I thought very great because
I think it
I
was
didn't say this.
I think we had low expectations for it,
Yeah,
and
I
it
didn't say
just like
this
was
on.
incredible.
I didn't say this on last episode, but I was like very close of, and I texted you this after the pay per view. I was very close of not buying the pay per view, honestly, because the hype up for the pay per view was not good at all.
Yeah,
I could have cared. I could have just found that online and be like, "Oh, this happened," and I'm cool. Because that's what it seemed. That's what it was hyped up to be.
Yeah.
Um, and then the day of, I was thinking about it. I'm like, should I buy it or should I just find it online? I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll buy it.
You
So I
made the
bought it
best
and I
choice you
watched
could
it.
have made.
Best decision I could have made, exactly,
Yep.
because it exceeded my expectations very high.
Yeah.
I had low expectations of it, and then it knocked it out of the ballpark, and it was very very good from start to
Bro.
finish.
Yeah. Ricky and
And
Jericho.
you
Filthy.
texted to me like the worst match, the Joe versus Warlow. We said it was the worst match. Now it was even good.
Yeah, it was just like one of those matches that like I didn't have that much interest in. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like with the whole card that happened, but also it did happen after the Texas death match. Is that
yeah,
what they
death
called
match.
it?
Yeah,
Texas death match. So everybody was wild up after that. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
to give us two big guys just hitting each other
yeah,
at a slower pace is gonna put you in the mind like I'm not enjoying this. But it wasn't a bad match. It was just a slow paced match, and I'd say it was just the worst match because it was just the others just knocked it out the park.
yeah,
Not saying it was a terrible match, but like I said, the other ones were just incredible. That this was like, oh, this is a good match, but it's the weakest on the card.
yeah.
But
But
let's talk about first we'll talk about the three-way belt because that fucking match, wow.
yeah,
Happy they gave it to
House of Black.
House of Black because what a match. And they deserve it.
They do,
They
they do.
deserve it. We've been saying that for a while now. Like they deserve it. I'm happy they got it off the Elite. It was a dope match. They're a setup for next week, which is gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
Um, so that's awesome. And then we had the main event, which cherry on
yeah.
top. What a fucking match!
It was a great match. Again, I said this
Like,
last week for the predictions, where I was like, I want to see how MJF does because I wasn't doubting his ability to go 60 minutes with Danielson,
yeah,
but it was like I'm just curious to see how it's gonna play out. And you were right about you were kind of right about how he's going to do it because he did say that he was gonna tap out after the
yep.
time
I
went
told you,
out,
man.
and he did it. And then it was like it was
I
tied
told.
though. I thought that was how he was gonna win it,
Yeah,
but it was tied. And the thing was, I didn't think it was gonna go overtime. Honestly, I didn't think it went overtime. I didn't
I
think
didn't
it.
think it was gonna either, but it was kind of cool that it did. And then
And that
having
of
MJF
course
just
hit
like,
him with the because I once I saw the oxygen tank, I was like, oh shit, like
I was like, that's so fire when they were like, oh, you gotta start this again, and then
yeah,
he,
because they rang the bell, right? They were like, oh, this match is done. MJF retains. Like,
yeah,
that's it. And
yeah,
then it
because
was
the
like,
clock ran out. So and then they came out and it was like, there must be a winner.
yeah,
They did the fucking that thing. Fucking Brian hit him with the knee. I thought it was over. I was like,
yeah,
yo, they're taking it off MJF. And just the kick out just at the end, right before it hit three. I was
yeah,
nervous, not gonna lie. I was like, fuck, they really don't believe in this kid?
yeah, yeah. But it was
But
cool. It was
but
still a
what a
cool
match,
ending.
man. Yeah, it was an awesome match. More enjoyable than I thought it was gonna be. Cause I was
Yeah,
like, it's gonna be a good match. But like to have me for 60 minutes and have me engaged the whole time, it was a good fucking match.
yeah, yeah.
Like it was fire the way they did it. I think that was dope. MJF proved a lot of people wrong.
Hmm.
Then he went on to have his press conference after the media scrum,
Yeah,
eating pickles, telling people to go fuck themselves. It was awesome. It was awesome.
yeah.
What else do you expect from MJF?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And
But
then
yeah,
the whole situation with the fucking he threw the water at the kid, and
yeah, it
then
turned out to be tequila. Da da da.
yeah, people were saying yeah, I saw that like people were saying it was tequila. I'm like, what the fuck?
I was like, listen, the mom was probably having a rough day then because that shit was filled to the top.
That
That
this
shit
is
was a full cup. If that shit
that.
was tequila, god
Gee, that's what
damn.
I was thinking too. Like, how do you
Like,
have
god
that much of
damn.
tequila in the bottle? I'm like, Jesus Christ.
And you're with a child. What are you doing?
Exactly. And don't they sell alcohol? They sell alcohol at the arena. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Nah,
But the thing
that
was
was
though,
crazy though that he just threw that shit at him.
yeah,
I found it funny at the moment. I was like, "That's awesome." Then they were like, I was looking at Twitter. It wasn't planned. Like, it was just some random kid, which made me laugh even more. I was like, "This is fucking
shit.
awesome!" Like, it was just even better that it wasn't a plan. Because I was like, "Ah, that's cool." They did the. Then they were like, "Yo, he didn't even know the kid." I was like, "That's even more awesome." Like, people were like, "He's crossing the line." I'm like, man, maybe, but that shit's
but the
funny.
but the thing is though, in terms of her and the kid, you're sitting front row. Like, you think you're not gonna get engagement with some of the wrestlers? Like, is that
No,
something you gotta tell your kid? Like, hey, you may get bumped into by a wrestler. You
I
may get
mean,
involved
you
somehow.
don't think
You're
you're gonna
right
get
there.
you don't think you're gonna get a drink thrown at you.
But still, it's MJF. Like, what are you gonna tell him?
Yeah,
Like, oh, he's a bad guy. Like, you tell him he's supposed to
yeah.
do something to piss you off. I know that's maybe been too far fetched, but it was funny at the
I
time,
feel
though.
it was fucking. I thought it was fucking
Yeah,
funny.
it was
I was
funny.
like, this is funny. And then they're gonna get a couple free shows out of it, of course. You know, they're gonna be like, yo, here's tickets to our next show when we're in
Like, if
town.
that was my kid, I
Da,
would
da,
pretend to
da,
be pissed
da.
too. You know what I mean? Be like, yo, my son's mad. Pretend to be mad. You know what I mean? Like,
Hell yeah.
I
I
want a
would
free
say
show.
we're going fucking double or nothing, homie, and all
Yeah.
out. So get fucking mad and start crying because we're
Yes,
getting
yeah.
these tickets.
Start crying right
Fuck
now.
out of here. He was like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna come to Sacramento, meeting for Dynamite." I was like, "That mom is soft," because I would have got double or nothing or all out tickets, and
Yeah.
maybe even both.
But yeah,
I would have been chilling.
exactly. And as many shows as possible. As many shows as possible. I want to go to this, that,
But
this.
that was a cool. It was a funny ass spot. There was a lot of good spots in the fucking match. MJF really wrestled his ass off.
Yeah.
Brian killed it, but that's like it's natural. You know what I mean? Like it's not like natural, but like we knew he would. It wasn't surprising.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think MJF had more to prove and more to lose than Brian.
This was just
If Brian had a bad outing, it would be, yo, he's getting up there in age, which he is. You know what I mean? So it's
yeah.
like he doesn't, and he's done it before. So it's not you don't got nothing else left to prove, homie. Like
I there was the promo that aired on Wednesday that said like that Danielson had where it was like, oh, it's time for me to go back home.
yeah,
And then I'm like,
he made him
shit.
pack up.
Yeah. When I saw that, I'm like, damn, he's gonna go back home. Is this done for him or something? But then I was like, I saw people online saying like, oh, he might go to Ring of Honor because that's like his home. I guess it's where he started. I guess.
I saw
But it
that.
was like that would be cool if he just showed up in Ring of Honor, stayed there for a while, did his thing
Why
over there.
not?
Yeah, why not? And
Why
it's
not?
like if that's what he considers home, that's a
Yeah,
dope storyline and dope way to kind of tease it a little bit.
yeah, 100%.
And it's like, damn, that was smart. But that's I kind of hope that happens now. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
hope
I
we
think it
could
would be
see him.
cool. I think it
Yeah,
would
but
be
the
dope
thing is
to.
though, if it's in like a pre-taped era, do you want like the spoilers to be leaked? Like, oh shit, Danielson's here. But do you want to
Yeah,
wait
yeah,
till it's
because you know
live?
what that's gonna make you do.
Watch
What
it.
day does that air? I'm gonna watch it,
Yeah, that is true.
and then they could even hype it up. Brian is gonna be on Ring of Honor tonight. What
Or
you're
like,
gonna do?
yeah,
We're gonna hear from Brian. You gotta
let's hear what
tune
he has to
in.
say.
Exactly.
But then we all know that like whenever that happens, people are gonna be like, "Oh, Danielson said this and that and this on Twitter and stuff." Like,
Yeah,
thanks for
but
spoiling it.
yeah, but that's up to you to go. That's why they're not on TV because they don't care about ratings. They just care if you're gonna show up when the pay per view airs.
Yeah,
You
that
know
is
what I
true.
mean? That's how they look at it. They're like right now, they're not looking at how many people are watching. They're looking at, all right, let's build this up so that at the pay per view we get a bunch of buys, and then hopefully we can get on TV soon.
Yeah, yeah, that is true.
You know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
think that would be dope. Also, something that happened, talking about returning home. Shout out to my son's FTR popping up.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. I think that was dope as hell the way that they showed up at the pay per view.
Yeah.
By the way, now I think that was such a. I really enjoyed that tag match.
Oh yeah, me too.
I really enjoyed that tag match. I know you were probably suffering having to watch Double J and Jay Lethal wrestle,
I
but it
mean,
was
I'm
a
like,
really good match.
he's also competing for the international championship next week, and I'm like, God, don't give it to him,
Yes,
please.
sir.
And I'm like, I sat there, I'm like, oh no, this is
Double
not how.
J, baby.
This is not how Orange Cassidy should lose it, man. Speaking of the international championship, I know we're like flip flopping conversations, but like
Yeah, we're
the
just
international
jumping around.
championship, love that they changed the name of it
Yeah,
because I don't know what they meant by All Atlantic at first. I'm like,
yeah.
this is a weird name to call it. International makes sense because that's basically what it is, an international championship. You know what I mean?
Intercontinental title.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I guess
just
that's
not
their own
call it.
version.
Just not calling it intercontinental. They gotta
Yeah,
call it international.
and it's like I do like the concept where it's like people could challenge for it, and again they're focusing on where they're from, like if
Yeah,
they're going from their country, from where they're from, and stuff like that. One person though who I would absolutely love to obviously win it at some point, but to be the one to take it off Cassidy specifically, Anthony Ogogo.
where's he been?
Where's he been? Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Where's he
say. Like,
been?
is it visa issues? Is he injured? I don't know,
Uh,
but he's someone who I would love.
how? What has happened with him?
I don't know.
Let me look
That's the
this up.
thing. Anthony Ogogo has been like MIA, but I'm like, he's someone who would be a great champion.
Yeah,
It will help him build him up more if he puts on the title on the line here and there against people who are international stars. He could bring it to the UK and face it against people there, give them shine, and then bring them over. Maybe he could start his own faction with UK stars whenever that happens. You know what I mean? There's so
yeah,
much you could do with that story, and I'm like, that would be cool. That would be cool to see. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened to Anthony Ogogo, but I really want to see him come back soon and take the title off of Cassidy. You
yeah. The
know,
last time I
that's
saw him, he was walking around Fan Fest for Double or Nothing. I haven't seen him since.
yeah.
That's
I
been
don't
a
know.
while.
That was a
That's a
while,
while.
almost a year.
Almost a year. And that wasn't even when he was on TV. He was just walking around.
He was just chilling.
Like it
Yeah,
wasn't even Like he wasn't even on TV then. I think the last time he was on TV was with the Cody shit.
maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they gotta get him back on TV. You gotta do something with him.
Yeah,
And he's still posting about AEW and stuff. Like, come on, man, let's do something with him.
yeah, that is true. I don't know. That was just the first person I really want to see on TV again.
I feel you.
But it was just
I
yeah,
think
we'll
it'll
see
be
what
cool.
happens. Yeah.
What else happened this week?
This week,
Uh,
no.
you know what we never talked about?
What's up?
The women's tag team in WWE.
Oh, the Becky Lynch and Lita winning it.
Yeah, how you feeling about that, bud?
At this point, for me, it's like it is what it is. You know what I
Care
mean?
fucking less.
I mean, I'm not. I don't not like. I don't care less. It's just like it's what else are we supposed to do? You know what I mean? Who is Damage Control supposed to lose to? Like
Not
who?
them.
Like
Not them, homie.
because who else? Name
Oh
me
my
two other
god, that was
people.
such a bad call.
I,
Why are we hanging on to Trish and Lita like they're on some pedestal? You ready for a hot take? Let's do it. Lita and Trish are good for their generation. When they were wrestling, there was nobody else, right? So when
yeah,
there's nobody else, the ones that are actually decent seem amazing. If you take Prime Lita and Prime Trish and put them with the women that started NXT and let them go together and in their primes, they don't stand like they would get demolished. We would be looking at them like fucking Natalia and I don't even know.
Tamina.
Maybe. Yeah. We'll
Yeah,
be like, oh, they're decent, but they're not like they're not like these. You know what I mean? They're
yeah,
not like Charlotte. They're not like Becky. They're not like Sasha. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So that's why I'm like, why are we still holding on to them? Like, just let it go. And I feel like we've had this match before. I feel like they've done a tag match recently, right? Or am I bugging?
I don't. Not
Did
that I
they
can
fight
think of.
Sasha and Bailey or not?
I think
I feel like that's happened.
I feel like it too, but I don't remember when. But the thing is, though, like I said, it's just the tag team championship specifically. There's no one. If Control would have lost it, it wouldn't have mattered if they would have given it to somebody else. In my opinion, you know what I mean. So to me, it's just like, oh, who cares? Like, there's no tag teams anyways. Like, if they had, let's say, if
I just hate that
the
the
men's tag
fucking we've
teams,
talked about this. The
yeah,
creating the random tag teams just pisses me off, and
yeah.
that's what I think it was.
But
But go
it's
ahead,
like
my
if the
bad.
men, if that happened with the men, it's like if let's say if the Usos lost it to two legends, that would be a different story, because you have other tag teams in their division. For the women, there are no other tag teams, so they can't really. To me, it just they could lose to anybody. I wouldn't care because it just there's no one to lose it to that's considered contenders in that division.
You know, people are gonna hate me when I say this because the way I see Trish and Lita, right?
Yeah,
We love them for their generation. They were good for when they were there, right?
yeah,
Now, skill wise, that's like bringing Scotty 2 Hottie and Grandmaster Sexy back to beat the Usos. Would we really buy that at their age right now?
no,
Like, they were decent. They weren't the best tag team, but they were decent. They
yeah,
were good at wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, but they weren't like.
yeah. I know.
I hate the holding on to the past. Same way, like it's cool to do it here and there. Like it was cool. We hadn't seen Stone Cold in a while. Came
Yeah,
back and had that match, right? Awesome, dope. The Rock, we hadn't seen him in a while. So when he did 28 and 29, it was like, whoa, we haven't seen you in 8 years. Feel like we see Lita wrestle once a year,
she wrestled last year
right?
against
Or am I
Becky.
bugging?
Yeah, she wrestled
And we
last
just,
year,
yeah. I
or
feel
was it
like
against
Trish
Bianca?
too. Ever since she's like retired, she's come back and had a match maybe every two. I'll give her every 2 years,
Yeah,
even if it's a tag match or whatever. She still shows up. So like for them to come back, it's not really like a like if you had kept them off away from us, like away from the ring, it would have meant more.
yeah. I see.
You know what I mean? That's just how I look at it. So when they beat Damage Control, I was like, what? Why?
Yeah,
I get it. You need challengers for them. You got tag teams in NXT. Build some up. Like,
yeah.
but I guess you needed Becky to do something at Mania that
I think so. Yeah, that's
wasn't
sort
with
of.
the title, so you had to. But like, you could have gave her another partner.
Yeah,
Didn't
that is
have to
true.
be Lita.
I don't know because as long as it was, if it was Trish and Lita that won it, then that would be a little bit of a different story too. But you gave it with Becky and Lita, so it was like not a half bad than what I thought it was. Because if it
Yeah,
was like Trish came out and then they both won it, and it was like, yeah, that was a stupid ass move, but could have been worse. Could have been worse move.
oh,
And
it could have
again,
been.
like I
It could
said,
have been
there's
way
really no one
worse.
else on that roster besides the NXT tag teams that really could have won it, like legit. So I'm like,
So give somebody a spot. Give somebody a shot at
yeah,
that. You know what I mean? You gotta just keep them at NXT the whole time.
yeah,
Some people, if they don't win the titles, just bring them up. If they're ready, I know they have that thing that they need to win the titles, lose them, have a rematch, and then they get
yeah,
called up. Nah, you don't need that, homie.
yeah. That's did that too
Like
once.
Carmelo about to fight for the belt. He should have been called up last WrestleMania. Like
Yeah,
he should have never even been in that ladder match. Like it's just stupid shit like that that pisses me off about NXT. Like he's just been chilling down there. Wow.
that's what. Yeah, it's been like 2 years since he's been there, and it's like, yo, call him up already. Like same
Yeah.
thing with like Kaden Carter and her tag team partner. She changed her name. They should have been called up this year because they've been ready. They've been there for a long ass time,
Yeah.
and they've been ready.
Yeah.
Yes, I know they wanted to win tag team gold. I understand that. There was tag team gold on the main roster. They
Exactly.
could have skipped that division, gone straight to the women's tag team, won that shit right away.
Exactly.
And I don't think, and I don't know if they're in the feud right now, but they shouldn't be. They should be on the main roster come Raw after Mania. They should start the next feud with Damage Control if they ever end up winning it back at all. But they should be the next one to call up, and
I agree.
there's and they should be already on the main roster.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a great
And
tag
also,
team.
stop fucking breaking up the good tag teams that you have in NXT just because you want to do a stupid storyline.
Yeah,
Stop it. Nobody's fucking watching.
yeah,
Leave it for the main roster. Let them break up there. You know what
exactly.
I mean? Nobody's watching NXT right now. I'll be real honest. Like, come on.
Yeah,
You had to bring fucking Gargano to stand and deliver to try to get some eyes on it. And guess what? I still don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah,
come on. So stop doing stupid shit with them down there. Let them get called up, do their tag team thing. If you want to break them up down the road, let them break up down the road. Because right now they're having a great ass storyline, right? And
yeah.
NXT with the breakup.
Um, the tag team champions right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Why break them up? You could have saved that for actual like a
and
good
they're a
storyline on
good
the main roster.
exactly like
It
they like
gives them more time that we went through all this together. We even got called up together.
yeah. And the thing is, like, I don't know much about their gimmicks, but like I know they seem like they work well together, and it's like this could be like a long term thing to be where like NXT fans could be like, oh, this happened in NXT. This is why they hate each other. This is why they got a tag team. And then, like you
Exactly.
said, wait till the main roster to be split up. But I don't know. And NXT would be the place for them to build up their tag teams and to experiment. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I said this multiple times, you can take two random people who we've never seen before, put them on on that show that was used to be 205 Live. No one, I guarantee you, no one watches that. No one even watches Rampage. Like, people watch Rampage, but not a lot of people watch
No,
Rampage.
it's a
It's 10
Friday
p.m.
night shit, bro. It's
Yeah,
the Friday night shit.
no
Nobody's
one watches
watching.
that. Like,
Yeah.
put two random people together, see if they work. You have a crowd, they can judge it. If they work, cool, keep them. Let them go on television. If they don't work, you could break it up within a few weeks. No one's gonna remember that shit,
Yeah.
and we can carry on. It's not that
Exactly.
hard, not that big of a deal. They could do that instantly. But I don't know why they don't even give it a try anymore. It's like they don't care about the
No.
women's tag team
They
division at
bro,
all.
they don't.
And it's weird.
They don't, bro.
I think that's pretty much it for the week. I mean,
Yeah.
there's not really much else to talk
Not
about, but
really.
I guess we could just wrap it up there. Um,
Yes, sir.
that was episode 110 of the Ring Fanatics podcast. Thanks for all who tuned in, and of course, as always, subscribe to us on YouTube,
Yes,
Instagram,
sir.
Twitter, and everywhere we could be found, including the audio streaming platforms. I am Nick, your host. This is my co-host Joel, and we will see you guys next time.
Catch you.